Well, welcome back to the Word Expanded, the Gospel Edition. We're in the book of Matthew. We're in chapter 14. We're going to read verses 13 through 21 today. So read it with me, and then we're going to pull out a truth. Now, when Jesus heard this, he withdrew from there in a boat to a desolate place by himself. But when the crowds heard it, they followed him on foot from the towns. When he went ashore, he saw a great crowd and had compassion on them, and he healed their sick. Now, when it was evening, the disciples came to him, and they said, "This is a desolate place, and the day is now over. Send the crowds away to go into the villages and buy food for themselves." But Jesus said, "They need not go away. You give them something to eat." And they said to him, "We don't have the ability to do this. We don't only have 5 loaves here and 2 fishes." And he said, "Bring them here to me." Then he ordered the crowds to sit down on the grass, and taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven and he said a blessing. And then he broke the loaves and gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the crowds, and they all ate, and they were satisfied, and they took up 12 baskets full of the broken pieces left over. Those who ate were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. This story has been preached a million times. There is all kinds of things that you could focus on, but I want you to look at the part that has Jesus saying to the disciples, "You feed them." They recognized the need. They told Jesus about the need, and then they said, "Jesus, do something about this. Send them away. Let them go figure it out on their own." We love that. We love recognizing the need, the problem, right? We love pointing out the sin. And then we love saying, "Now, Jesus, you go tell them to go and figure it out for themselves. You go figure this whole thing out." And then what's going to happen is we're going to commentate on the whole thing afterwards. But you go figure it out. Notice what Jesus says here. And I want you to take this whole parable and take it in context of what Jesus says to Peter. "Peter, feed my sheep. Feed my sheep." Jesus is super concerned with people getting spiritual food. He's also concerned with people getting physical food. But he's very concerned with people being fed spiritually. And the people are hungry. They've been there all day. They've been working hard, listening to Jesus. Jesus looks, I'm only smiling and laughing because I think about that on Sundays. People work hard listening to me. You're working hard listening to me. And Jesus looks at his disciples and he says, "Feed my sheep. You feed them. You feed them." And they say, we can't do that. We only have 5 loaves and 2 fishes. We only have a little bit to give. And Jesus says, "Bring it here." When we see a need, it's possible that God isn't asking us to meet the whole need. He's just asking us to team up with him. And it may very well be that as we team up with him, he multiplies the loaves and the fishes. He multiplies that which we are given. And all of a sudden it does meet the need. Maybe you can't help somebody entirely, but maybe your $10 gets multiplied. Maybe that spurs somebody else on and somebody else on and somebody else on to give. And pretty soon the need is met. Be careful. We need to pray. What is our part? You bring to me what you have. You bring me the little. Watch what I do with it. But we don't get to look at situations and go, "Oh God, I can't meet that need. You gotta do something. Send them away. Let them get help somewhere else." We do that at churches. When the little church that I'm in, when I first started there were probably 12, 13 of us. A family of 7 came. A bunch of kids came. And I watched a church who were totally unprepared to take care of this family figure out ways to take care of this family. We gave our little and God multiplied it. And it's crazy what God has done. That is what he's asking of you. When you get a $500 bill, don't look at that and go, "Oh, I don't have the $500. Look at that and say, I got $20 of it, God. I'm going to give that to you. Multiply it. Do something with it. Don't look and say it's somebody else's job to feed me. Don't look at it and say it's somebody else's job to provide. And also don't look at it and say, I've got to go figure it out on my own. Look at it and ask God, "God, I have $10,000 worth of debt. How do I figure this out? Please help me. Please help me figure this out. Help me figure out how to pay this. How to get rid of this debt. I want to be debt free. Help me. So I need you to chew on that for a minute. Be faithful in giving what you have towards a problem. Don't just point out people's sin, send them away to get food somewhere else. You feed them. I'm not learned. I can't do this. You give the little you can. Watch what God does with that. We'll see you next time right here. The Word Expanded.